and welcome to What's Driving You Crazy. I'm your host, Esmeralda Zamora, and today I'm joined by our traffic anchor and expert, Erica Brennes, and we'll be discussing how some construction projects in Austin are boosting the need for skilled labor workers. So buckle up and let's get started. Erica, how are you doing?
I'm great. So we are recording this the week of Thanksgiving, the
Yes.
Monday of Thanksgiving, and traffic in the morning during your morning commute is going to be really quiet.
It was so slow this morning. I was like at peace.
So slow, and the fact that there was no traffic, right? Yeah. I mean, that's Thanksgiving week for you. We're gonna pick things up again between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then the Christmas break rolls around, and we're gonna do the same thing again. But um, yeah, just as a reminder, listen, you are on the road with a lot of people taking road trips, maybe people in from out of town, or just zipping around, or maybe going, out.
Or coming home from
Mhm.
going out.
So be careful, reduce your speeds. I always say, remember, you are sharing the road with someone's lobster, okay? Someone's person, someone's emergency contact, someone's mom, brother, sister, daughter, wife,
Baby.
grandma, baby, everything, like you just don't ruin your life or someone else's, okay?
Yeah, that's always the most important thing that we're going to remember this time of year. Erica,
Yeah.
it was projected that there's a lot of people going to be on the roads
Flying
this
and
week.
driving. Yeah. And I had a friend who flew out Saturday out of Austin, and she went with her husband, and I think they have 2 or 3 kids, and she's like, we got there 2 hours early, and we used every second of those 2 hours to get through security, get to our gate and everything. So she was like, do not risk it. And then, 6 million people is what AAA was projecting for Texas travelers on the roadways. So, I once heard from, I have younger kids, but I once heard from a parent with older kids. They said when they're talking to their kids once they can drive, and they're like, just don't do anything that can get yourself or someone else killed.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, that's a really good piece of advice. And I think that's probably advice we can use at any age.
Anyone can use that advice.
Yeah. I mean, try to make light of it all, but it is serious. So please be careful on the roadways.
Any advice as we get into Thanksgiving Day? Do you know if there's going to be closures or anything happening?
Thanksgiving Day, we've got the turkey trot in downtown Austin. They trot along First Street, which turns into Lavaca. They trot along 15th, which will eventually turn into Enfield, over to the Surface Road of Mopac, and then up Cesar Chavez. So they do like a square kind of rectangle thing. And it's a pretty long race. I tried it one time, and I was like, okay, so 5K is more my speed. I am good at 3 miles max. So you know what, though? Our family is very busy. My husband is in charge of Bevo at the University of Texas, and so Black Friday is not a day off for us. It is busy. It is one of the busiest days of the year. Actually, when Texas plays A&M, that's really fun for us because when we're there, because he doesn't have to take Bevo, we just get to go enjoy. He does other stuff, but it's we get, last year, we got to go to the game together. Wow. This year is full on work mode.
Bevo. Bevo
will be very busy on Friday. So, Friday's a game. The Longhorns take on the Aggies, and the Aggies are ranked 3.
So we need to pray for our Longhorns.
It'll be a good game for sure. But anyway, so the turkey trot on Thanksgiving morning, and then in that downtown area, and then the game on Friday. Whew.
Lots of chaos on the road this weekend in Austin.
Yeah, but be careful. Oh, and Saturday is Small Business Saturday, so save a little something for your small businesses.
Yeah, buy your Christmas gifts a little early.
I know. Yeah.
Well, Erica, we are going to touch on the Austin construction boost they need a skilled workers because of all this construction happening in Austin.
Yeah.
How did you hear about this?
So last week I went to a breakfast meeting with the Urban Land Institute, and they do these, I think they're either monthly or quarterly or something like that. And it's a national organization, but they have local chapters. And so went to the Urban Land ULI Austin chapter, and they had a great panel discussion about the convergence of growth in infrastructure and projects and how that translates into careers in transportation, transit, construction, and kind of all of the above. And what was interesting was that a couple weeks ago there was, one of those sort of made up days, but it was like career in transit day.
Yes.
And I think I think I mentioned it to you, but there are a lot of opportunities in the world of transportation in Austin because of how much growth we have, not only with roadways, but also with building construction, commercial construction, even residential. And I think it's really interesting. I used to work for a company that was owned by Daimler Mercedes-Benz, which is a German-based company. And we got the opportunity to go over to Germany. And I learned that in school, students, children, kids, whatever you want to call them, school age
Children.
people,
Yeah.
they are taught a skill. And because they see it as, this is what my German colleagues were saying, it was like they see it as like, you can never take away my skill. If I learn to repair and install HVAC units, you can never take that away. Whereas like, some of the other careers might be a little ambiguous or that sort of thing. I mean, and so I thought that was really interesting. So these career opportunities in construction can include so many, obviously from carpentry, plumbing, electricity. I mean, from like 3D rendering to like from high tech to low tech, but it's skills that you will have for a lifetime, no matter the economic climate. And what they were talking about in this meeting was the Austin Convention Center, I-35, Project Connect. Project Connect is supposed to bring 10,000 jobs to Austin. The creation of
one project, yeah,
that rail line, 10,000 jobs. I mean, that's wild. And I think that our area is doing better. I mean, you have Texas State Technical College that in Austin, we just voted on a constitutional amendment to better fund Texas State Technical College. And so I just thought it was really interesting. And I think in a time when it can be hard to find a job, whether you are seasoned decades into your career or fresh out of high school or college, or maybe you're in a position where you need to be making money for your family now, like in high school, which is a very real reality for many people.
Very common.
All across the country and across the state. And there's these really cool opportunities to be in school, to work for these companies that facilitate, hiring talent for these construction projects. And what I learned, I know I'm like skipping forward. Hold on, let me move my slide because I get so excited about it because I'm like, it can be really hard to find a job, and it can be really hard to afford a whole family in this economy.
In this economy,
and so there's a couple of companies that I wanted to bring to our attention is ABC Central Texas, which is essentially a trade association. They provide education and training for the construction industry. And so I interviewed their CEO, and she was saying there are opportunities for students in high school to be taking classes while also working, and these companies will pay for their education.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay.
Take advantage of that.
Take advantage. And it's like, again, back to the whole like, learn a skill, learn how to be a plumber, and you will always have a job because plumber, you're always going to need a plumber. There's always going to be a need for a plumber. I need someone to come snake a drain right now in our half bath downstairs. I'm like, who in the world knows how to snake a drain? Come over.
Come do that here.
Yeah.
I was also reading your article, and I feel like a lot of these jobs, people tend to think that the pay is not as great as other jobs. But specifically the elevator installer position.
I know. How crazy is
that? That is crazy. The salary for that position is over $100,000.
So I was looking up, I just Googled like how much on average do careers in construction pay? And so it was the what is it? The Workforce Commission, US, where is it? Hold on. Let me
think. Check the notes.
Oh, US Bureau of Labor and Statistics. There it is. And one that popped out was elevator installer and inspector. And I'm like, what?
I didn't even know that existed.
Well, I mean, the elevator at KXAN, I'll tell you that exists because there's always an elevator broken down, right? Like someone is stuck in an elevator somewhere 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
They must be on call
Yeah.
for this.
I mean, the fire department comes out and rescues you, and then someone's got to come back and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it said someone who knows how to install and inspect an elevator can make up to like $106,000 a year on average. So I was like, well, hot damn, that's awesome. Like, this is news our people can use.
I know. And where can these individuals, is there like a website that they can go to see all the jobs?
I mean, it's all linked in my web article, but ABC Central Texas, and they host like, you know, workshops, and like the CEO that I was talking to, she was like saying basically, you know, it's really important also to get into the ears of guidance counselors in schools,
Mm-hmm.
to get in the ears of parents, because we can, you know, steer our children in that direction to say, hey, like I mean, there's even, listen, the trade industry, that includes hairstylists. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you think all of these different careers when it comes to trade, or so, yeah, like, you know, learning from carpentry to electricity. When you think about, when you see a construction project, right, whether it's a building or a highway,
Mm-hmm.
there are power components always,
Water.
plumbing, there's plumbing underneath the road, there's power underneath the road and above the road. And so they're always going to need electricians on these projects. They're always going to need carpenters. They're always, you know, there's all of these different opportunities. And so ABC Central Texas was one that spoke on that panel. And then they also brought up I'll change my slide so you can see it. It's called Austin Infrastructure Academy. And so this is a new collaboration between the city of Austin and private construction companies. And this was started in May, so it's fairly new. So those are two, with like Workforce Solutions. You see that there. This is like literally just a screen grab from their website that I took.
Yeah, and once you go to that website, it says explore career paths. You just put your information in, and then it'll give you the right career that it thinks you fit under.
Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
One thing that also, I spoke with the Downtown Austin Alliance. They spoke on their new president, or new-ish president and CEO, spoke on the panel, and he was saying that of the 18 million jobs created in the country in the last 4 years, 18% were created in the 4 metropolitan communities in Texas.
So us, pretty much. Austin.
Houston, San Antonio, Dallas. Let me say that again. 18 million jobs created in the last 4 years in the U.S., and 18% were created in the Big 4 in Texas.
Wow.
That's big.
That is big.
So, and Austin is not slowing down, you know? So I think if you or someone you know, or maybe you work in an organization that does outreach for youth, you know, even in foster care. I mean, you think about all of these kids that just need to be poured into and loved on and be set up for success in their future. This is a cool thing, like that you could potentially have a job, be getting paid in high school while you're taking dual credit. They're paying for your education, and you can come out of high school with a skill that can already afford, you know, you can already afford to support yourself or to help support your family, to be part of, you know, bringing in money for the family. And I think that is a very real reality for the majority of people that we share this planet Earth with. And I think that is why I was like, I want to do this story, and I want to talk to you about this so we can, if someone out there hears it, maybe it, you know, sparks
a light bulb.
I mean, how cool would that be? I just think it's, and I know there's, you know, guidance counselors, but Lord, I know they're busy, and I know our parents are tired. We're tired. But I think this is pretty cool. So, and not all of these jobs also need a 4-year high school diploma. You can do an equivalent.
You can do a little program, certification.
Yeah. I think it's like, you know, never give up. There are opportunities. And then who knows, you know, kind of the sky's the limit from there.
Yeah.
I think it's like, you know, some of these opportunities are what you make of them, right? Like however much you give in, you're going to get back out.
Yes. And like I just showed, that article is on our website, KXAN.com, with all of the details, even the links to the different organizations that offer a list of opportunities that are still available here in Austin.
And 10,000 jobs created just to build the Austin light rail.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, this is from Greg Canale, he's the CEO of the Austin Transit Partnership. He spoke on that panel, and he said, eventually 1,000 permanent jobs to maintain and do all the work on the trains and the systems, and it's highly technical. So this doesn't just mean, oh, I'm going to be laying concrete. No, no, no. The opportunities are from low tech to high tech and everywhere in between. And, they're out there and they are needed,
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
And once the projects are over, once they're completed and you
Mhm.
worked on that project, you can tell generations after
Yeah.
you,
I
I
hope
built that.
I
Yeah.
know. And
That
then
is so
obviously if you get
sweet.
your foot in the door, just more and more opportunities. I mean, maybe you can secure one of those 1,000 permanent jobs. If you
Yeah.
help build the light rail and you secure a job, I mean, yeah, I think
The
that's a very
opportunities
real
are
reality.
endlessly,
Yeah.
are endless.
Yeah.
Well, we just showed that article on our website. Erica, is there anything going on traffic-wise that you want to share this week?
I mean, other than just the travel, I think if you're flying, just be kind.
Pack your patience.
Like we're all just doing the best we can. I think, one thing that always irks me is like the road rage. You never know what someone is going through. And so if someone cuts you off, if someone like isn't paying quite enough attention, just be like, okay, maybe their head is elsewhere. So, give some grace.
Give them a little honk and go
Slow
about your
down.
day.
A kind honk. There's two different kinds. There's like a toot toot, and then there's like a
Yeah.
And you know what? If you find yourself on the receiving end of that anger, you do what you can to back off and just let them go.
Give them a little wave. I'm
'Cause you
sorry.
never know what they might have in their car.
No, you don't.
And the less you engage, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, Erica, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
If
you.
anyone is feeling like something's driving them crazy on the road,
I know,
where
reach
can
out
they
to me.
share that?
I feel like I did not pull up my social media after. I sure didn't. At Erica Brennes TV on Instagram is a great way to do that.
It's right down there. You can see it under her name. Erica, thanks for joining me again on this beautiful Monday, start of our Thanksgiving week.
Yep.
And we will see you next time on What's Driving You Crazy.
All right, bye.